Working on it.
Working on what?
Going live.
So we got insectivores.
Mm-hmm. Found it this morning when I walked out to my truck. I put it in front of Aaron's truck.
Are you serious?
Yeah, not on the porch. In front of Aaron's truck.
I think it wasn't
So
raining.
if it rained, it would have destroyed it.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Well, they do have a plastic layer in between, but the bags just disintegrate.
Yeah, still, when you spend that much money on food, you don't want that crap to happen.
Just call them. It was raining. Got wet.
No.
Send you another.
No, that's dishonest. So, are you live on both or one?
Just one.
You can go live on the other one so you can get this stuff done. I got a lot to do. Everyone's dragging today.
A little bit.
No. Me too. I had a good night though. So.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
So good morning. Happy Saturday. Let me channel my inner Blippy.
I don't know if your truck is leaking because of the dew or because something's leaking inside your truck.
Probably something leaking inside my truck. Where?
I keep seeing a few drops coming. Right there, here. Oh, that's on the outside. It's the outside. You're lucky.
I don't know. It's on the other side too, so it might be me.
It's on the wrong incline.
So, oh well, it is what it is. That's why I have a truck now. At least it's not in the caddy. So happy with Saturday, like I was saying earlier. Today was a very long day already. I went and got to Walmart about 6 o'clock this morning, and I normally pick up 4 bins and maybe a couple boxes. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I usually pick up about 4 big trash cans full and a couple boxes. They had 5 trash cans full and 2 of the bins and 2 big boxes and another thing. So, and I was like, what in
Where'd
the
they
heck?
get 5? We got an extra trash can?
No, they went and borrowed it from produce because because
Oh.
when he came in this morning, they had again done nothing, and so he had to do all of it again. So they had to get another trash can to put everything in to get it off of the lids to be able to fill the other trash cans. So, with that being said, it was a long morning of meat sorting and correct, all that stuff. Then I went to the chef's store. They also had a good amount of meat for me.
Did they?
Yeah, and they also had a good amount of produce. Sulcatas will be eating good today.
Good, they need it.
Yeah, well, they don't.
They do, because I realized ducks are eating half of their food.
Half?
Have you seen? I put it down first thing in the morning before they come out, and it's shredded.
Aw, they're helping them out.
Which is why probably the sulcatas are eating their food.
Or they're just switching, so like your stuff's way better.
Be-
But anyway, I've done a lot of lifting, so I'll show you. This is almost all of this has been donated. I did have to buy stuff also this morning.
Can you flex for us first?
So as good as get. I can't raise my arms up, they hurt. All right. It was just a lot. It was a lot this morning. I wasn't expecting to have
Thanks
to,
for the heart.
wasn't expecting to really have to work that much, but I earned my money today.
Thanks for the follows.
Yeah, follow us, yay! Okay, off. So this, put my keys back or else I will lose them, because that's just how I roll.
Yep, Ashley still has to unload it.
But if anyone
What's that?
knows you,
I said, yep, you still have to unload it.
And I have to load it into freezers, which sucks even more. So look at my Tetris this morning. This is
looks good.
this is it.
And he had boxes.
Well, here's the deal. I come in and I'm like, he goes, I only had a few chicken boxes, but I got you some more boxes. And I'm like, turkey? And he's
Turkey
like,
boxes.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh, it's getting to that season.
it's Canada's.
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I
That's
was like,
right.
no wonder the sweet potatoes went up. No wonder this is all going up. So he gets me all these turkey boxes, and then he pulls out the ham boxes, and I went, no, it's not ham season. The animals hate ham.
We got a ham last week, last week, and I eat no one.
Yeah, no one touches it. They don't like it.
They're so over the ham.
So this is what I bought. Is this right here. So what we normally buy for our animals, so you can kind of see their diet. Little baby carrots, some cauliflower, some peppers, lettuce, bananas.
You're doing amazing, sweetie, in my Kris Jenner voice. I don't know who Kris Jenner is.
You don't know who Kris Jenner
is?
No.
From Kardashians?
I never saw it. Never seen it before.
I've never seen it either, but I
You
know
who he
mom.
is.
Nope.
Yeah, she is. Okay, so there's that. Then we have
How much weight can one of these impacts take? It took our entire meat run right on top.
there's a good 2,000 pounds of meat in here, at least. So that's what I'm tired already. So this is kind of stuff that we get. Crab
Rachel.
legs, turkey, bacon, chicken thighs. This is a small mammal box. I do try to sort it so that I can easily unload it to the freezers. There are a few boxes, and I usually pack them so heavy that the handles break off, which is not the wisest thing to do. But, so I have that. Then,
I'm rare. Yes, I am.
Huh?
They said I'm rare.
You're rare.
I don't know who Kris Jenner.
So then, this is actually a box of not good meat. I'm gonna put
Your Boston Terrier got some eau de cologne last night.
Oh, no!
That
Oh, my.
sucks.
Let me tell you, I fed eau de cologne so early this morning, he still hasn't woken up to eat it.
Yeah, Holly, tell him what you did last night that made your job like a breeze
So
this
much
morning.
easier.
Easier. Oh man.
I needed it to be easy, obviously. So yesterday while I was prepping small mammal bowls for yesterday's food, I also prepped for today, with the exception of things that would go bad if I cut, like bananas and avocado.
Which one? Oh, wait, bananas.
I used the last of them for bean today.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, and actually all small bananas. They all got their bananas today.
All right, give me your cart. So we actually have. It's a good thing we had a big meat run today because we didn't have any food for today. So.
Did we go through all those ribs?
Yeah, that was like a day and a half.
Was it?
Yeah. So here's what these guys are kind of getting today. Drums, some steak, some ribs. This is their favorite is ground beef. They have some sirloin, beef patties, which they actually love these. Chicken, winglets. The puppies love winglets. More ground beef.
You missed the T-bone steak.
T-bone steak, pork neck bone,
They love that.
some more winglets.
Oh, thanks for the stars.
They get cage-free thighs. Not really a big fan of those, but they'll deal with it. Some more pork chops. Pork chop. So we go through about almost 130 to 200 pounds of meat a day on a given day. So there's that. Then we try to mix in some what we call crap meat.
Chloe.
But it smells so good.
Some crap meat too, which is not this big, so oh well. They'll get that next week. Make it a little bit easier so Holly doesn't have to cut up a ton of stuff today. This I save. Titan's favorite snack, if I can find it, his little treat that Titan loves the most, is turkey. He loves deli turkey.
Chloe, stay.
This is a small mammal box. Oh, freaking handles on the chicken boxes. I was talking to a guy as I was loading my truck.
This is, okay. The salt in it is bad. So this is not a meal.
It's a treat.
It's a treat.
It's a treat. So like when you give your dogs jerky or things like that, it's not good like to have big quantities of that, but they can have a couple pieces of deli meat as a treat for.
And what would you say the percentage that we throw away?
The percentage we throw away honestly varies week to week. I would say today, out of all these boxes, and I have 4 boxes that are not good. So they have seasoned stuff in them, bologna, hot dogs, stuff like that that we don't feed the animals. But you gotta have a snack every once in a while. I mean,
I'm glad you're able to find a food source from the DNR that's able to supply you.
Yeah, so unfortunately they don't allow that up here in Skagit County. They told me they would rather take it to the dump than to provide it to an organization. I've talked to several different people in that department from Island County, Skagit County, and even Whatcom County, which is quite a bit of a drive for us. And they just say, nope, it's easier for us just to go take it to a landfill. So that's, unless we actually get a phone call, then we'll go grab it. We'll fill out the permit paperwork that you have to fill out up here in Washington. You have to fill out a permit of where you found the deer, and you have to keep that permit in my USDA book until the deer is completely gone and or disposed of. So unfortunately, with over 6,000 pounds of meat a month, we do have quite a few deers that get hit by cars, but not 6,000 pounds a month worth. Yeah. So as unfortunate as that is.
And unfortunately, sloths don't eat deer.
They don't?
Yeah, giant anteaters, they don't eat deer.
Okay, so this is also bought. I bought this also. Wild arugula for the birds.
So excited.
The birds love wild arugula. Kale, collards, things like that. All of that. And you know what? I am so grateful for Walmart sponsoring us, because if they didn't, one, the meat would all go in a trash can and disposed of into a landfill. So very grateful that the animals can actually benefit from that. And I'm very grateful that they contribute about 90% of our animals' meat diet. So very grateful to them. This is all donate.
Thank you for the follows, Nora.
Broccoli, and we'll go see an animal here in a minute. Strawberries. This is all donate.
Ooh.
Then I'm just filling up Polly's cart for her so she can. Oh, man.
Oh, that's the beef they really like.
This one?
Yeah, they love that.
How much more do you need? Or is that good?
A little bit more.
A little bit more?
Only because they didn't like what they got yesterday, so they're gonna be super hungry.
Yeah, you know, Darby and Archie, they were like, no. Oh, have you fed the birds yet?
No, but I already pulled meat.
Okay.
It's been defrosted.
All right. So here you go. Is that good?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool if Anacortes wanted to get rid of some of their deer population. Keep us in mind.
No.
Good? All right. So now the rest of this will be going into our freezers. So let me grab this.
Do we have to pay for all the food in the boxes? So we do pay for a good amount. We do get quite a bit donated. And then it's a contract also, so that's also paid for.
So I do have to say though, that, oh God, that's a lot of chicken. Woo! All right.
Ham boxes.
Guess what? I'm so disappointed when I saw that. Guess what though? This is exciting news. They called me and they said, we know that your organization has been going through some time trying to get everything figured out. We believe in you. We love your sanctuary because we came and visited it and did a walkthrough. We'd like to donate the contract to you for this year.
That's amazing.
So they donated it. So I normally pay for it and have paid for it for several years, but this year, because of where we're at, they have donated the contract starting last quarter. So,
that's incredible.
Which
That's
is
sweet.
Fantastic. This can go on that. Oh man, my shoulder. This can go back to the freezers.
Love to hear it. That's awesome.
Handles.
I know, ham box have no handles, it's just stupid. So, let me put
Well
this.
deserved.
You know what? Very honored. Got some calamari.
Gross. They'll love it. Gross.
This is a mixed box because I was getting to the point where I knew I couldn't fit any more boxes on my cart.
Isn't that a sad time when you can't sort anymore?
Yep. Only 2 boxes.
Wonderful news.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So
Hope you're having a fantastic day.
I am
Ashley
because
doing parkour there.
I'm-
Parkour.
I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wear colorful pants today. Just kind of that fall season. And I walked into the bathroom, or Riley came into the bathroom as I was getting ready, and she was like, "I'm wearing purple pants." So they're not purple.
You're gonna wear
They're
that today?
burgundy. And she's like, "Those are purple in my eyes." And I'm like, I
would call them purple too.
Oh, Crystal.
they're burgundy purple. They're deeper purple.
Why? Oh, why
Small mammals.
is she getting the boxes out and the guy is just holding the phone?
Because Jeremy is a slacker.
First
all know it.
First of all, this is my workout for the day. Second of all,
I'm actually surprised she's letting Holly pick up it.
Well, it's because she's crawling in, so I'm just stepping in right here. What kind of boxes are those? Turkey boxes.
yeah, so this is all good. This can go back by the freezers.
And she's stronger than me too.
And I think I actually tore my shoulder. It still kind of hurts.
She can probably bench press twice what I can.
Huh?
I said you can probably bench press twice what I can.
I don't know.
No, burgundy. Get real, people. But now she's in that age where she's going to be like, is that what you're wearing today?
No, she actually my son's so cute because he'll come in, he'll be like, "Mom, you just look really pretty today." And I'm like, "You know what, buddy? Come from you. That's a huge compliment." So then this is from the chef store.
And Rylan always matches. Almost always. It's always usually pink.
It's something.
Pink on purple.
It varies.
I woke up this morning and decided I didn't want to put real pants on.
Thanks for sharing the live. That
Right?
does
I get it.
that does help quite a bit when you guys share the live. So thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. So much meat. Such a problem to have, right?
The problem I like to have.
I do have selective reading or strategic reading.
Okay. So this, more from the chef store. Trying to use my not bad shoulder. I think that it's actually worse when I don't. This will go by small mammals. I'm getting into the stuff that they didn't sort, so. It hurts to push. Okay. This is also not sorted.
They need some burgundy vesties.
No, I would never wear those.
No?
I would.
No. No.
KT tape for your shoulder.
All right, this is what Holly has been waiting for. So,
Is all of that meat expired?
not all of it. Almost majority of it is. But let's be real, just so you guys understand.
All right, we're getting real.
Getting real. Let's say I bought all of that not expired. You know what's gonna happen? The animals will grab it. They'll dig a hole. They'll put it in there. They'll bury it. Then 4 days after it's liquefied, they'll
Yeesh.
unbury it and eat it.
If we don't get to it first.
So if Holly's really good about finding it, but there is the occasional that they do a really good job hiding it.
Willow not so much, but Titan's really good.
Crystal's going to symbolically adopt a wolf for her son's,
You know?
for her
so
son.
much.
He
Okay,
loves wolves.
this right here due to our $2,300 matching that came through, thank you for that. We actually had the same lady who donated that.
Thanks, Donald.
Donate another $2,000 to the organization
amazing.
for another matching starting next week.
So we got a jump start on it already.
Yep. So,
this is not part of the Walmart run.
no, this is stuff that I bought. Thanks to you guys. We desperately needed this. Salvador is going to be so
They put
so
2 in one
happy.
box.
Yep. Insectivore.
Oh. So
Nope.
Susan says, please tell Lucy I love her and miss her so.
Aw.
So thankful she's with you guys because I'm often sick, can't take care of myself hardly. It's a good day for me, and I want y'all to have a good one too.
Thank you. Lucy's nuts. So just to show you,
Lucy is a
Amazon.
Amazon. Can we watch Salvador eat today?
Well, we'll see. I can probably take some of this, but I'll show you what Insectivore is. Because a lot of you guys ask. This, you gotta get a little closer. This is Insectivore. So it's not, they don't take a whole bunch of bugs and process them and put them into a thing.
Smush them into a...
That's not what it is, but it has all the nutrition and vitamins that animals that solely provide on insects, like lizards and things like that, they are able to, people who can't get their animals bugs all the time, especially big zoos and stuff. Could you imagine what a zoo would go through and termites and stuff if they didn't have something like this?
Like a meal replacement
Yeah,
thing.
so it's an adequate meal replacement that's zoo quality. And we love Missouri. We've been using Missouri for, well, I've been using Missouri for about 15 to 20 years. Because I've had guinea pigs and chinchillas and stuff like that. I've always used their food. But as far as out here, about 6 years that we've really been like
pretty consistent quality with Missouri. It's
we're
good.
very happy with them. Let's give that to Holly. This box will be in. And then we got this. Oh my goodness sake. I'm curious to how they pack these because they're very heavy. So this is, but thanks to you guys, we were able to place this bigger order.
No, guinea pig. No, Missouri makes more than just that. They have guinea pig food.
They have guinea pig. They have livestock. They have, because honestly,
they have bear.
They have bear food. They have flamingo food.
They have snake food.
They have cat food.
They have big cat food. They have wolf food, which
and the cats don't like the cat food.
Snake food is really, it's like sausage links.
not what Missouri has.
Yeah, Missouri has snake food that's shaped like a sausage link that they eat down.
Oh, I think they got rid of that.
Did they?
They switched all to powder now. It's all a powder you mix now. They did a huge revamp on everything. Now this is what we actually give to our sloths.
Not as a soul food. We do make sure that we get the greens in there and everything. This is, yeah.
Right. So we give this to our sloths, and we put it in our anteater mixture, and we give it to our porcupine. This is a leafy biscuit. So this is the kind of stuff that primates or anything would eat.
Did you know
out in the wild?
The goats go crazy for
Oh,
that?
they
Yes,
love
I did know
My
that.
goodness.
And so does Bob. Bob loves leafy biscuits.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's been
Yeah.
so long.
So does Chloe.
Does Chloe like leafy?
Well, they're expensive.
Yes, they are.
They've gone up in price, about $20 a bag.
Lucy is definitely a silly bird. She used to imitate chickens pretty well.
Oh, she still does.
She talks the most with Holly and Ashley. She doesn't talk to me that often, but
Freaking psycho.
Ashley.
She also growls, which I think is
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
And she goes, she's imitating Peppa, or well, it's actually Pixel, but I call him Peppa. I ordered 4 bags of Insectivore.
So far, we only have 2.
Yeah, right. So they should probably, another box would probably be coming. That's why I was thinking that they put the Insectivore in with the leafy biscuits.
She likes to attack me only if she usually sees Ashley or Holly.
So when Jeremy walks out, I like to go in and say hi.
Or rile them up.
She gets really protective over women, is what it is. So like when he puts her out in
She doesn't like men, sorry. She's okay with me if no girls are around.
1, 2, 3. Yay, my truck is empty. I'm so glad I took out my dog bed. I'm so glad I didn't bring my dogs. I was going to, I'm like, it shouldn't be that big of a meat run today.
You would have just been smushed into the corner.
Well, oh wait, it's not done yet. There's more in the front of my car, actually, now that you say that. Hold on.
I think that video needs to be shared. Oh, it's on YouTube. If you're talking about the infamous attacking Jeremy.
We go. No, there's. We go through eggs.
Thank
There's
goodness they
eggs.
came down in price.
They're going back up again.
Are they?
Yeah. For macaws and
Holy
cockatoos.
tomatoes.
Very good for them.
And some tomatoes.
Maters.
We probably can give some of these to the.
You know what I've been
Some
making
olives.
every once in a while last week?
What's that?
Tomato sandwiches.
Tomato sandwiches. Gross.
Not with those type of tomatoes.
Not with tomatoes?
Well,
With steak.
bigger tomatoes.
That's still gross.
No.
Nothing else on it?
Well, you put mayo on there, some salt and pepper. If you want to put something else, you can. But tomato sandwich is just tomatoes, mayo, salt, pepper.
That's disgusting.
On
Isn't
a
that basically just mayo and ketchup?
no, it's not. You don't put ketchup on a sandwich
You say,
or on eggs.
come on.
Yep, with mayo. Yep.
That's disgusting. That's gross. I mean,
Toasted. You can do toasted, but I prefer when the bread isn't toasted.
Really?
I'm eating
So
a tomato sandwich
soggy.
right now. Thank you. It's a thing.
I don't doubt it's a thing. It just sounds disgusting.
It's not. It's very
Sounds
good.
like just.
Exactly. Don't knock it till you try it.
I don't like tomatoes, so I'm not gonna
Oh.
try it.
We got a dancing hot dog in front of a microphone.
How many hot dog things are you gonna have?
Thank you for the weenie. Did you get both boxes of tomatoes?
Yeah.
Miters. I love tomato sandwich. Thank you.
I like.
I love tomatoes.
I
Thank you.
like BLTs. Like I like bacon, lettuce, and tomato, but I can't just have
Did you
tomato.
ever put egg on your BLT?
Yeah.
So good.
I did a grilled cheese sandwich last night and put a fried egg on it also.
That was especially for Holly, they said.
Aw, thank you, Dan.
No, that wasn't Dan. That was Rachel.
Oh, I thought you said it was Dan.
No,
You
worries.
sent it. Oh, thank you,
I
Rachel.
said dancing.
For some reason, I heard Dan.
Okay, are you go see an animal real quick? 'Cause then
So
I
it's
gotta load up
chewing
my
your
freezers.
toenail. Ew.
Cantaloupe.
Who chews their toenails?
We're not gonna get into that conversation on this.
I like
live.
fried tomatoes. You guys are awesome.
Fried tomatoes are really good.
Yummy tomato sandwiches and a little salt and pepper. I used to make those all the time. It's very good. Anyway, sorry. Everyone's talking about tomato sandwiches now.
That's just.
Everyone's saying they're delicious.
I don't. No, they're not. They're not for me. Not made for Ashley.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go make Salvador's concoction up here real quick. I'm gonna fill up his tube with insectivore because he's gonna just devour it. So we'll go get his tube, bring it up here, put insectivore in it, take that down to him, and then I'll make him his slop after.
Well, I
We're
have
off
one
live.
batch ready to go except for the insectivore. So you can do the second batch.
Okay. All right, so let's go this way. We're gonna go get his tube. He's gonna be very happy. We've been out of insectivore for about 4 days. 4 or 5 days now. Yeah, and so he's ready. He's ready for insectivore.
I tried that. Have you ever tried that? Probably not. Never mind. Maybe for our viewers, I'll ask. Have you ever tried that Japanese mayo? I don't like it.
I use avocado mayo.
Well, Japanese mayo has quite a bit more tang to it, and I don't like that.
It smells like a Miracle Whip.
Kind of.
Yeah, I used to like Miracle Whip cheese sandwiches, and now that I'm older, I got Miracle Whip the other day.
stand
I
Miracle
almost
Whip.
vomited when I
Yeah.
had it. I was like, that's gross.
I've
I didn't like
never
that.
liked Miracle Whip.
Well, that's what I grew up with. My mom never bought mayo. She only bought Miracle Whip.
Well, the Japanese culture is apparently
We're gonna go back up there.
big on mayo.
So this is the tube.
They like mayo.
This way. We're gonna go fill this up with insectivore and bring it back down to Salvador.
Symbolic adoption. Ow.
Watch out for that door.
That hurt.
Hey, Odie! You made it out! He finally woke up, Odie Cologne.
It looks like he's still asleep. He's sleep eating.
I'm sleepy.
Just tomato on bread. Yeah, tomato, mayo, salt, pepper.
First of all, I don't understand how I get begged for people because they want cats. Please, please, let us keep the kitten. We promise we'll take care of it. Now we have 5 cats, and they all freaking sleep with Mom. Why? And I told Rylan, I'm like, you know what, that's it. Todd and Copper, they want to sleep with you, so they're sleeping with you. And she goes, no, because they keep me up at night. And I'm like, clearly, me too. Right here. All right, so this, we take this tube, we go like this, we fill it up.
That pops off, you know.
Okay. Why make an extra step?
Popping it off?
Yeah. Fill it up just fine.
Okay.
So,
I made that just for that purpose, but...
well, I don't know. Don't need it. So, it's easy to wash. So, Salvador, Salvador, Salvador. Guess what I have? Here, bud. Now he has great sense of smell.
Yeah, I'd hope so with that schnoz.
Hi, sweet boy. Good morning. How are you? I know. Can you thank the good people for doing the $2,300 match so that we can make your big order of insectivore and stuff? Yeah? Come on, buddy. Salvador, right here. Right here, bud. So he can smell it. He'll get a whiff of it. He has really bad vision, so you gotta give him a second. He smells it in there. There he goes. He's gonna come over here and get it. You're gonna block me in. Can I walk past you?
Hey, buddy.
It's right here, bud. I'm gonna walk around you. Can I walk past you? Come here. Right here. Not my shoes. Right here. Right there. He smells it. I'm gonna walk past him. There he goes. There it is. And his whole tongue will go to the very bottom of that tube.
He's so happy.
Nummy.
Who has all been symbolically adopted already?
I can't
I think
tell you.
just about almost everyone.
No.
Yeah, they do walk on their knuckles.
He wants my shoes.
It's like, ooh, a scratching and a shoe? No, he feels bristly.
Go get your insectivore.
He looks pretty nice.
He
Yeah.
can be very sweet.
And then he can be very destructive.
He can be very angry all in one sitting.
And you can tell by his walls after we clean them. Takes him about 15, 20 minutes. Nope, you're not going in my shoes.
And if you don't believe us, you can join our Patreon, because Patreon watched Holly and I scrub all of these walls, and then we let Salvador in and they watched him decorate all of the walls because he likes them to have artwork on them. He does not like them clean. And then once he gets them all dirty, he usually leaves them alone, to be quite honest.
They can be mean. Well, I wouldn't say mean. They can be very dangerous, I should say.
They can be, because they can just absolutely rear up and grab you. So he'll eat that. Holly got his slop, which is what he really wants. But he's going to be very happy that there is a bowl of insectivore now mixed into his thing. Now we compensate by giving him, he's coming outside, we compensate by giving him like extra ground beef and extra vinegar and other things to add that protein source if we ever do run out. To be quite honest, that's the first time I've ever run out of insectivore in about 5.5 years.
Happened. Oh, he just he got goop on it. He sniffed me. They said, "What happened to my hand?" Is that the only sound he makes?
No, he trumpets.
Yeah.
And when he trumpets, you're in trouble. Like you don't go in there. That means he's very angry and upset about something. So you just kind of leave Salvador alone. If Salvador is pacing for any reason, or he is running,
stomping around,
or stomping, or I mean, like literally, like he's almost throwing a fit, you just leave Salvador alone. And he gets shoes. That's my son's shoe that he donated to Salvador. He absolutely loves shoes.
He does like his scratches. It took him a while to figure out, hey, these are pretty nice.
Yeah, and it was all on Salvador terms. So let's read his bowl of stuff. We probably should have made it by now. My ankle is wet and it's really gross.
What upsets him?
Certain noises upset him. So believe it or not, the sound of the scratching of walls upsets him. And so when he sits in there and he scratches the wall and makes the sound, sometimes it can put him on a tangent. Also, if he's he can get hangry very easily. Hangry right now? He's going to be.
Olivia, like your hair.
Oh, I thank you.
So this is ground beef, insectivore, leafy biscuits, avocado, banana, ground beef, apple cider vinegar. It's a whole heap of stuff.
Let's go put egg in it.
Egg blended together so that anteaters have no teeth. So when they eat fruits and stuff in the wild, it's because it's been rotting there for a while. They're able to actually slurp it up. They can't chew it. So we'll give him this and he'll be very happy. He's actually eating his tube right now. We just gave him.
It's a lot of different ingredients. Yep. It's like a big soup.
Come here, Sal.
Something happened with PayPal. So let me go back.
Here he comes. Sal.
Ashley, PayPal took 2 adoption payments for Zeus and 1 for the sloths, but it's okay. I'll get it sorted out on Monday, hopefully. That's
Well, so
Kathleen.
just so you know for that, come here. Is that Kathleen?
Yeah.
Come here. You can go in and cancel one of them on your PayPal side. So there's this. This is what he's going to do. He's going to snorkel.
I have no teeth. Maybe I should eat that.
Maybe
Send
we'll
us
cook it first.
send us an email. We'll send you the
recipe.
recipe. It'd be kind of spendy, but
I would rather go for like a kale spinach smoothie, but versus a raw ground beef insectivore. I'm sure this would be more filling though. And so what he does is he'll eat this entire bowl every single day. And today if he eats it before we leave, we do give him a double batch because we don't ever want him to be hungry. He's not an overindulger, so he's gonna stop when he's full. So if he needs more, we give him more. And that's why having access to that tube of insectivore is also very good for him, because that's pretty filling for him also.
mm-hmm. And it's good enrichment. No wonder he's strong. He is a powerhouse. It's incredible the strength he actually has.
He's awesome. He's such a cool guy.
Like when you pet him, there's no fat on him. He's like all solid.
He's all muscle. He's actually a small anteater, believe it or not. He's a smaller guy. And we don't know why that could be. That could be because, like, when we got him, maybe he wasn't given the proper nutrition prior to coming to us, or we have no idea. He has grown since we've had him.
Significantly.
Yeah, but he's still a little anteater. There you go, snorkel.
Blow bubbles.
I think the coolest thing about the anteater is how the little grooves on his little lip only comes like so far.
It makes
up on
like
his
a half
little
smile.
nose. So cute. So you can only open his mouth like this big.
It's big enough for like a
termite to fit through. Oh my gosh, these guys can eat so many bugs. Now, if you thought you got a lawsuit from the neighbors, then just imagine if I actually imported bugs and let them go in here. I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Which is the next question. Do you feed him ants?
No, we do not. We feed him the insectivore that is made to supplement ants for animals in captivity.
No, they're not snuggly.
No, he likes to snuggle his nose into my boots, but that's about as snuggly as Salvador gets.
As you can see from the logs and everything, he does go after termites and wild ants and everything.
Yeah, if we do get a tree that falls or we take a tree down and it's rotten and it has bugs in it, we immediately bring it in here for him to enjoy those.
There's not bug on site. If we flipped over one of those, I'm sure we can find some, but I'm probably not ones he enjoys the most. We do have 540 people.
That's awesome.
Nope.
Oh,
It's a sappy one.
that's disappointing. At least you didn't go when you said Look at that! You're eating so well.
We're at a temperature here where we don't get a lot of ants year round. We do get seasons, and yes, he will go after them. Are they endangered?
There's not very high populations. I think they're
They're
concerned, but
threatened,
not. They're not considered fully endangered, though. There are not very many of them in captivity in the United States. But these guys are found in South America. So they're pretty remarkable creatures, though. I think it's the power that just makes them so incredibly amazing of how strong they really can be.
Start an ant removal service with him.
Yeah, you know what?
He'd tear their walls to pieces.
Yeah. They would come to, you'd be better off going and getting an excavator and just taking it and picking it up with that, because he would do the exact same thing. And they only spend a certain amount of time at each ant hill. That's hardwired into them because they know that ants will start to defend their home, and so they'll only spend a certain amount of times, and they just move ant hill to ant hill to ant hill. But he is the insect control in South America.
Mm-hmm. Those big termite mounds, his claws just decimate them.
Which is really funny that they're called anteaters, because their main source of diet is termites. 30 to 60,000 of them a day. So it's incredible what they can do. His markings are just absolutely I think so stunning. He's so stunning. And he's finished half of his porridge.
I'm gonna grab his punctured ball.
That's not me, that's Jeremy. You attack him. That's one of his favorite balls to play with.
Those are his front claws going into him.
Yep, that's an anteater. Giant anteater.
See him raising his foot. He's a little unsure.
He breathed hard, which sounds like a hiss. He is a very handsome boy. Now, you guys, to help this animal out, we are a wildlife sanctuary, 501c3. So if you guys go to the link in our bio, you will actually see that you can symbolically adopt Salvador. And by symbolically adopting this guy, you allow us to take care of him and give him a good forever home. Now, these animals are not purchased. This is a giant anteater. These animals are not purchased. These animals were brought to us by animal control. We are a forever home, so that they don't have to be euthanized. They can continue to live out the rest of their life, because we don't think animals should be euthanized just because of their species. So click on that link in our bio, symbolically adopt him. By doing that, you guys allow us to actually stay open and continue to rescue animals. We have 100 different animals and over 52 different species. They do not have teeth.
His tiny little back feet.
I know, he's got those little tiny, and then those big old monstrous claws that he walks on.
He looks so undersized for what he is.
He's pretty cool little fella. He is gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
So he's gone 3/4 of the way through all
Yep,
that?
so that was almost full. So he ate 3/4 of it. Now he's going to walk back into his hot box. He has his own house that keeps him nice and warm. He's a giant anteater, and he probably weighs about 65 or 75 pounds.
I bet you he weighs more.
So we're going to go out this way. Since so many of you guys are watching right now, I'll introduce you to some of my favorite little guys. So this is Odie Cologne. He is a striped skunk. He cannot spray you. He does not have his scent glands in. He's eating his chicken, his peanuts, his broccoli, his carrots, his bananas, his eggs. He's already had a good meal this morning.
What's up, buddy?
I don't know if Squeakers will come down because he's pretty full.
Oh, he'll come down.
Squeaks! Squeaks!
Squeakers! Come here. Come here. Squeakers! Squeaks!
Hey, buddy. You want this battery pack?
This is Squeakers. He's known as a Cotamundi or a Coati. These guys are also found in South America.
Yeah, Anacortes, Washington. How do you go about symbolically adopting one of these guys?
So if you go to the link in our bio, you can click on Symbolic Adopt, and you can go there, or you can go to our website, which is becausewematter.org. Now, all symbolic adoptions are tax deductible for the end of the year. Now, you get to pick out what works for your budget. So we don't have specific prices on the animals.
Thank you for the finger heart.
We actually have it set up to where you can pick what works within your budget. And so if it's $1, $5, $10, $20, whatever it may be, it will all add up, and it's all greatly appreciated. We don't think that animals should have a price put on them, though, for you to be able to get credit to help an organization out. So, oh, that's Max. He's howling. Oh, hi, Stinky.
It looks kind of like a lemur.
But it's a Cotamundi. So these guys, this is a South American Coati. You also have your white-nosed Coatis, which are found more in the central. Oops, don't fall.
How do they make it into the States?
Well, they're actually they live up in Arizona and stuff here too. So but the exotic animal trade is a pretty extreme thing. A lot of people don't realize it, but a lot of people have exotic animals. And to be quite honest, owning exotic animals is legal in a lot of different states. Washington, there's a lot of stuff that is illegal. So most of the stuff that comes here has been turned over by government authorities. Squeakers was a turnover. A gentleman bought him and a raccoon, didn't realize they weren't going to get along, and ended up not having the means to provide 2 separate enclosures. And so this guy actually got turned over to animal control and then turned over to us.
Yeah, down south.
They're howling.
They cross across from South America.
So, we'll head out this way because the howl's going to start.
Morning. Good morning.
All right.
Do we get photo and information about an animal?
You sure do, but let's get out here first and figure out how. Can you howl? Oh, you're so tough. So, further there.
That's a good one.
Yeah, come on, Calvin. So this is Willow. She's a gray wolf dog. Calvin's a gray wolf dog. So these are our 5 and 6-year-olds. That is Nitro.
You can symbolically adopt a wolf, absolutely.
Yep, so all these wolves are up for symbolic adoption. This is my Luther Boother. Hello, baby. Hi, Willow. Willow Pillow. We do go in here. Hi, Cal. So these guys, we have 15 wolf dogs that are compound. We work with, we specialize in high content wolf dogs.
Why do they howl?
So howling is actually for location purposes. They don't howl at the moon. That's not what happens. It's not a thing. Wolves will actually, they're very good communicators. So before entering into new territory, they'll set off a howl. If nothing howls back at them, then they will enter into that new territory. If something does, then they actually will go around that wolf's territory. They also will howl if they get a kill. It's all communication. They have more than just howling for communication though. They'll kind of and
We're
then
in
they'll also
Anacortes,
bark.
Washington.
So they have a silent alert bark, which is like a huffing, which just means they kind of feel a little bit uneasy. And then they actually have an actual bark, which she'll do when she's very angry or upset of the current situation.
Do your dogs ever join in?
My Saint Bernard, if you want to watch TikTok, you'll watch a good TikTok. It is him barking. So we'll go meet Zeus though. Zeus is one of my favorite wolf dogs out here. Now they're in their 6-sided enclosures. We put them in 6-sided enclosures at nighttime. We also put them in there to feed because our wolf dogs like to bury stuff. So I'm gonna go right here.
Oh, okay.
So this is Zeus. He hasn't eaten yet today. Hello. Hi, baby boy.
Hey, beautiful.
You tell him. You help me? You help me? Help me. Uh-oh, here comes Lexi. Here comes Lexi. Tell her. You tell her. You tell her. She's so annoying, isn't she, Zeus? Isn't she so annoying? I'm going to come in and say hi to these guys all in a little bit, but I got to fill up all my freezers and stuff with all the meat that we just got. Hi, buddy. I love you so much. I know, just a grumble glass. You tell her. She say, these are my loves. This is my woman. This is one of my main guys out here. He's definitely my boy. We have a pretty special bond. They do bond heavily with
Are
one or two people.
wolf enclosures full?
Are our wolf enclosures full? You know, we have 10 acres and we only use like a quarter of it, so we could always expand
Hey, buddy.
and rescue more. So that's not an issue at all. That's actually kind of what we're switching to. We were working heavily in wolf conservation, and due to the permitting process and stuff that we're going through, so 21 years later, Skagit County came in and they said, hey, we want you to, hi buddy, he wants attention. We want you to get these special use permits to allow your main source of income to happen, which was our tours. We did 2 tours twice a day, and they came in and shut us down 21 years later and said, now we want you to apply for these. The permits took 19 months. They approved our appeal, but they denied our permit, so now we're having to appeal that. But what their argument is they don't want us to work in wolf conservation. They would rather us rescue and just do that. So that's what we're working towards switching over to. So we'll switch over to wolf rescue. I have rescued a few wolf dogs in my life.
Do you ever free them?
That's highly illegal. Highly illegal. So when you do a conservation effort or you're doing a reintroduction program, those wolves that are bred are specifically for that reintroduction program specifically. They have to do genetic testing to make sure they're not letting any bad genetics out. They have to make sure that everything is just like spot on, because if you put bad genetics out into the wild, you can mess up an entire line. Are you trying to lay down?
What if I paid for a enclosure?
If you paid for an enclosure, I would. What I don't know what you mean by that. You have one that you need rescued and you're willing to pay for the enclosure for me to take it. I mean, we can technically do that. Right now we're just trying to what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to build up our symbolic adoptions, our monthly adoptions and things like that, so that we are actually able to continue operating. So we have 100 different animals out here. We don't just focus on wolf dogs. We have sloths, birds of prey. We have 15 wolf dogs out here. We have
Giant
raccoons.
anteaters.
We have giant anteaters. We have possums. So we do
Owls,
everything.
vultures.
I love working with the canine species the most. Like I love foxes and jackals and wolf dogs and all that kind of stuff. That's more of my specialty, but we work with everything. So we just want to be able to take care of what we have right now really, really well and get reestablished, because again, our main source of income, gone for 19 months. And we've managed to make it this far, but now because of the permits and all that stuff and what we're trying to figure out there, Now we're having just to figure out how we can afford the $600,000 a year it takes to run.
Where are you located? We located.
We're located up in Anacortes, Washington. So we do virtual education, and we also do rescue, and then we get to teach kids why each animal plays a vital role in the web of life, and we get to give animals that cannot legally be released into the wild a forever home so that they don't have to be euthanized. So we have cougars, we have bobcats, we have a lot of different animals out here. We go live almost every single day to bring awareness to the animals and the species. We don't encourage you to get wolf dogs. We don't encourage you to get any dog that doesn't fit your lifestyle, whether that be a German Shepherd, a Pit Bull, a Chihuahua, a Golden Retriever, a Labrador. We don't care what it is. Pick a dog that actually is going to fit your lifestyle and not just bring in the wow factor.
Thank you for the
if I had the time, I probably would have German Shepherds and Malinois, but I don't have the time to do that. My life is consumed with running a sanctuary. So I have dogs that are a little bit more simplistic and get along better to help rehabilitate animals. I have a Bernese Mountain Dog and I have a St. Bernard. And the St. Bernard that I have is actually more for protection for my kids than anything. So
he's a goof.
He's a big goof, but don't mess with his little people. If you try to hurt his little people, it won't go over well.
Why can't people come out to visit?
So because, again, we were doing private tours for out here, specifically through Airbnb for over 6 years. We've been on this piece of property for 21, and we've done tours throughout that 21 years. But we've been doing Airbnb exclusively, which took off. And the county came in of January of 2022, and they said, we want you to get a special use permit, and made us go through a 19-month process without any income. And then the hearing examiner, he actually approved our appeal, but he denied our permit because he wants us to, well, how it reads to me is that he wants us just to strictly be a sanctuary. For me to be able to strictly be a sanctuary, that means I can't have people come in here, and it also, for Skagit County, I can't have people come in here, and I can't, I can't do tours other than virtually. So it's a really sad thing, because they say that kids that actually get, not kids, but people in general, people that actually get to see animals in an up close environment, actually a respect and the conservation want and desire improves by over 65 to 75%. So it's brings actually more awareness when people actually see animals in person. It's a sight. That's Jeremy's dog. That's not a wolf. That's a
St. Bernard's not out here today.
No, I couldn't fit him in my truck with all the meat that I just picked up. Hey, Juice.
Sanctuary is so expensive, very hard to run. I'm going to share your website and see if we can. Thank you
very much.
I
really appreciate it. So our website is becausewematter.org. The symbolic adoptions are on there. I need 3,000 people to donate $20, and then our monthly expenses can be covered, and then anything above that will allow us to continue expanding. Now, when we were open, we were planning a $2 million reno. We're starting with this reno that we're going to be starting over here.
Oh, what's that?
Chloe, stop! This was the reno that we were going to be doing first. This is not our design. This is not our thing. We do have
We have heater up there, over there.
but these are the American alligator.
Got some guys down there.
The American alligators are a pretty big common confiscation for us to get. That was Max. A bigger confiscation for us to get. A lot of people, believe it or not, have these as pets, or they are illegal to own in the state of Washington. I've actually been working with alligators for about 24 years. They're gonna start again. Thanks, Chloe.
Chloe's my little dog. We have 15 out here right now.
Nikki, I think that's kind of the point. They don't want us to have an income so that we're not here anymore. I think that's kind of the whole reasoning for it. So, I love Luther's little... So this is Soli, Wazowski, and Randall. Now we were going to be doing a huge rental for these guys. They were going to be going to the top of our hill. We actually had outer space concrete that was going to be coming out and building a brand new concrete pond for them. They were going to have an indoor-outdoor facility. We were super excited about getting that going. We had a 5-year plan with a $2 million budget because that's what we were able to afford by doing our tours. And then that immediately stopped. So all the money that we had saved up for renovations is how we've been surviving. And then coming January, how we've been surviving is strictly donation based.
Can we adopt more than one symbolic?
You can adopt as many as you want to. The only request I have is please just don't do $1 per. I mean, at least have it be $5 or more per. But if you're adopting one and $1 is what's in your budget, we're very grateful for that. That's just wolf talk. That's not anything.
Sorry if I'm missing some of the questions, guys. We have a lot of people in here, more than we usually have, which is good.
I'm gonna go in here and kind of feed off of that. I'll go right there.
Okay.
So this right here is one of our biggest packs that we have out here. It's a pack of 6. This is Willow. This is Luther and Calvin and Nitro. Hi,
I
buddy.
can get up to that. Oops, sorry.
So this is Luther. This is one of my main man. That's Nine.
Nitro.
He is one of our sweetest little boys. You know the man. But these guys are bulldozers. These guys always get to be pet first. Willow's the only female in here.
They are very friendly. These were actually ambassadors in training. Are they fixed?
No. So we separate once a year. That's in the months of January, February. That way we don't have puppies born 60 days later, blind, deaf, weighing less than a pound. So this is just wolf talk. You just don't want to get snagged by a tooth. I will though.
Do we have a Patreon?
We do have Patreon. That's another good way to get back to us monthly. That's another great way to get back to us monthly, and we can do exclusive content through that and exclusive lives through that have behind the scenes stuff that kind of show you more of like what we feed these guys and all of that kind of stuff. So Luther is actually considered a British Columbian black wolf dog. So is Nitro here, and Calvin is a gray wolf dog. Genetics and stuff are changing right now though, so they're actually they've been working towards to get the DNA so closely related. That's of 36 subspecies of the gray wolf. They're now moving that down to 4. And so these guys, the British Columbian black wolves, will be considered gray wolf's black variant.
Thank you
so
for the
that's all
follows.
changing right now.
How old is the pack?
So this is our 5. This is our 5 and 6-year-old pack. So Willow, Nitro, Brian, and Echo are all 6, and Luther and Calvin are 5.
She's actually not white. She's a gray wolf. She's just a lighter color. She used to be fairly dark when she was, what, 2 years younger than this?
Huh?
She's whitened out in the last 2 years.
Oh yeah, she'll start to get tan or 2 as her winter coat comes in. She only has about half of her winter coat right now.
Their enclosure's fairly large, so it's not only all the way around there, it goes around the back. And then we have an 1.5 acre enclosure that we can get them up into, kind of our rotation run.
It's all natural, so
like
trees and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we always have our wolves, especially that are in a very visible area, a way for them to excuse themselves that people can't see. So they never feel like they have to be seen or uncomfortable. So that green divider there,
These are very high content.
blocks off another enclosure so that they can feel comfortable if they need to go to the back and excuse
Thank you for the
themselves.
stars, Susan. Who would be the oldest of the 15?
The 15 is oldest is Cocoa. She's 14 years old. She'll be 15 in April. And then it's Ardenine. She is 13. And then we have Darby and Max that are 10. We have Zeus.
Timber wolves are just gray wolves, so yes, gray wolves. We're in Anacortes, Washington, Hollywood.
We have Zeus, Blue, Laszlo, Titan that are 8. And then we have Calvin, Luther, and Lexi that are 5. And then Willow, Brian, Nitro, and Echo, that are 6.
No, wolves are very rarely mixed.
Go!
Very rarely mixed with husky. So
Very,
no.
very, 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 very rarely. If they are mixed with husky, it's because it was done intentionally to make a wolf dog in a mid to low content. Now the reason you don't do that with your high contents is because these guys don't carry the gene to have those blue, green, brown eyes. Wolves genetically shouldn't have blue eyes. So that's one reason, because they can get that genetic passed to them through a husky. A main offset for a wolf dog, if they're breeding them for wild, would be Great Pyrenees, German Shepherd, and or Alaskan Malamute, not husky. Now, if you're wanting a wolf dog, get a husky, because they bred them to be just as destructive. They're a little bit more on the hyper side. They love to howl and be vocal, and they're a little bit.
But there's still a lot of differences.
But they were bred to pretty much be able to be like a mushing dog, a sledding dog, a high intensity work dog. So if you're wanting that, make sure that you can make that commitment to overwork the dog like they're supposed to be.
If you think you're getting them for protection, wolves do not make good guard dogs.
So if I move the wrong way, oh gosh, that was scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how wolf dogs work. Come here, Calvin. Come here. So Calvin and Nitro, it took me a long time to get his trust back. That's the other thing too, is people have the wrong way of training wolf dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll think that they are the alpha, that they are the pack leader, that they are the significant one, and they'll try to submissify wolf dogs. That is not our practice here.
I love geriatrics. So glad I adopted Cocoa.
Oh, thank you.
Which, by the way, alpha is not real.
Alpha's not a real thing. It's fake. Come over here. No, it's okay.
What makes them aggressive?
It's not aggressive.
No, someone said that makes them aggressive. I'm not sure what they're referring to.
Well, if you are rough or trying to be an alpha over a wolf dog,
that part. Okay.
It's not even aggressive. It's you'll lose their trust.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose their trust, you can lose it forever. I lost Nitro's trust.
Yes, absolutely.
I lost Nitro's trust, and it took me 3.5 years to get it back. I just got it back like a year and a half ago.
And it wasn't due to that kind of situation either.
So Nitro ended up getting attacked by his brothers because he has a deformity in his back legs. Now, if wolf dogs have a deformity, they'll know it, and they'll actually take that animal out. And so his brothers were trying to take him out, and I went in and saved him. I grabbed Nitro, I put him over my shoulders, I sheeped him out of the enclosure, and that experience that he had with me was that loss of trust. And it took a lot of working with him to get him back. A lot of submissifying to him.
These guys were practicing to be our next ambassadors. So when we were doing tours, people were allowed in here with them. I worked with geriatric dogs in the past. They were my heart. People should know that tours make a difference in human lives as well as the animal lives. My first... it's not letting me click more. My first sanctuary was a huge emotional support for my life and visitors thereafter.
Yep, and it really, really does. And we've had over about 8,000 people come through our compound in the last 6 years, and nothing but 5-star reviews of how we take care of our animals, how we respect our animals.
We've changed their lives.
How we change their lives, yeah. Hey, hi, silly boy.
Are wolves meant to have a lot or not a lot of room between their legs?
Their back legs? He's being silly. He's playing.
They don't have a broad chest like German or like
they don't have the
Bernese Mountain Dogs.
They don't have the narrowing leg like this, like the German Shepherd does.
How do they feel?
Very, very soft right now. They're getting that winter coated. Oh, right there. See that smile?
Well, if we ever do open up for tours again, make sure you keep following us. Yes, we are absolutely a 501c3.
Yep, so we are a wildlife sanctuary education conservation center. We may have to stop our conservation.
Thank you for following, guys.
We may have to stop our efforts of conservation due to the county, but if we just need to do wolf rescue, we have no problem doing that. We get about 80 phone calls a year to rescue wolf dogs, so we'll just start doing that instead. It breaks our heart because we want wolves put back out in nature where they really belong. But if that's not what the county wants us to do, and to be able to continue doing what we do and rescue animals is to abide by their wants, then that's just what we'll have to do. These animals, we made a commitment to them, and without your guys' help, we probably won't be able to continue doing it. But we're trying. So that's why we have symbolic adoptions. We have we have our monthly Patreon where you can join. If you join our tiers from $5 all the way up to $250, you can get everything from our exclusive content from $5 to our lives at $10 to back history for more tiers on there. And then our $250 tier and our $100 tier, you actually get stuff like original animal artwork and things like that from our compound. So
we're not going to go into the case right now.
no.
Who is behind the gate? I am. Are you talking back there? That is that Willow?
Yeah,
That's Willow up there.
in her shelter. So that remains open. It also remains like if we have enclosures like that, one, so that they have a dry place to go with boxes. The other reason for that too is that if we have a big work crew come in here, we're moving mulch and we're doing all that kind of stuff, to have an enclosure that's covered, that's six-sided, so people aren't coming in and out with wolf dogs loose is another big reason why we have that. But Willow loves sleeping in there. So does Calvin. That's actually Calvin's box, and he's pissed off that Calvin is in, or
No.
Willow's in his spot.
No, they wouldn't attack me. Do they shed?
They shed once a year, really bad. Now Holly fed all these guys yesterday, so they should be fat and happy, but I doubt it. Sully's kind of a pig. Hey, Sully.
He's a glutton.
Yeah. So this is, where is he at?
Right there.
That's Sully. Right here.
That one's Sully, yeah.
So alligators are actually not aggressive animals.
You're going to get attacked.
This was like one of the first animals that I worked with when I was 12 years old. My dad actually brought home an alligator. Believe it or not, they were not illegal to own when I was 12 years old. You could have them as pets. It wasn't until 2007 that they passed a law in the state of Washington. But these guys are really cool animals. They can go a whole year without eating. They can survive 2 to 3 years without eating if absolutely necessary. Whenever they lose a tooth, a new one grows right back in its place. They have a third eyelid called a nictitating membrane. So when they blink, you'll see a clear goggle come across and then they blink. The really cool thing with alligators is they're constantly losing their teeth so they can stay healthy, and they will always grow a new one right back in its place, just like a shark. They'll never stop growing. They can hit over 14 feet and about 1,000 pounds.
They're the only alligators I say are cute.
They're very cute. Sully! Sully! Look at that aggression. They're like, they don't care. They're fat and happy right now. They had a good meal of chicken yesterday. And we're super honored that we get to take care of them. Now, these two came from a drug bust, and this guy came from a confiscation in Lakewood, Washington from animal control. And then we have another one that came from Pierce County up in our reptile room.
Three-legged one in my backyard pond.
Really?
That's cool.
Three-legged gator?
It must be in Florida.
Yeah.
Or maybe Texas.
Louisiana.
So scary? No, not
They're
at all.
not scary. Look. Hey. They don't care. They're very, very strong
Louisiana?
animals.
Okay.
Florida, Georgia, Louisiana. They have, we also have alligator snapping turtles, which people often confuse alligator snappers and common snappers with each other. Now, alligator snapping turtles are the ones that you can pick up from both sides and lift them up, or from the top of their shell straight up. The common snappers are not. They can actually stick their entire head out and reach around the side,
Can't see him.
around the side of their shell and just bite you.
Just like that?
Yep, just like that. So if you guys want to symbolically adopt one of our alligators, you're more than welcome to. That will help us out. Again, we got to get 3,000 people about $20 a month, and then we can continue operating and continue doing our rescue. It does cost about $600,000 a year to run the operation, and that's a bare minimum. I've cut expenses like way down because we just have had to survive. So
make sure you guys are following us, keep up with what's going on, see lots of cool stuff.
there's our rescue duck. Look at those sulcatas. They got some tomatoes this morning. They got some broccoli. That was all donated from the chef store. This is Ferdinand. He is our rescue duck. He is a cross between a meat duck and a Muscovy.
What's up,
He
buddy?
lost his black feathers on his mold, which is super, super sad.
On his head?
Yeah. So sad that he lost your feathers on the top of your head, Ferdy birdie. He's gonna go eat the broccoli. We gotta cut your toenails today, buddy.
Is Ferdy still upset with you?
Yes. He's mad at me.
It's so cool you get donated food.
Yeah, we do. We get donated food.
It helps out
It helps
so
out a lot.
much.
Yeah. Those very fortunate to have made those business relations with people and be able to keep them for these last years. So
It takes an army.
it takes a huge army. So this right here. No. This is known as the cougar, puma, or mountain lion. Oh, here's
cougar.
Max right here. Hey, Max. Hi, Maxwell. This is our 18-year-old cougar right here.
He's so concerned with me. Who are you? What are you doing here?
So Max is a really remarkable creature, but we have had him for 18
Facebook.
years. Facebook's the one that's recorded.
I know, but this one's the one we have 630 people on.
So this is Maxwell. If you want to donate to Max and symbolically adopt this handsome fella, he's 18 years young. These guys can live up to about 20, 21 in captivity, but that's very old. I would say 16 to 18 is a little bit more normal for captive cougars. He is... Hi!
Oh, there we go.
He is really, really, really awesome. Absolutely love... Hi! Now, believe it or not, cougars don't fall in the big cat category. They fall in the small... Oh, did a bug get you? They fall in the small cat category, and the reason for that is they have infused cartilage in the back of their throat that allows them to purr, but it prevents them from roaring. Or the lion or tiger has an infused bone. They roar, they don't purr, they chirp.
But the largest of the small cat, right?
He is the biggest small cat. Yeah. And here's one of my favorite small cats.
Hey, pretty boy.
This is Jinxie. Jinx is known as the bobcat, whereas the people who follow us quite frequently, we call him the Robert cat.
Robert Cat.
Now, Jinx is often confused with the lynx.
Okay. I'll sit down.
He loves shoes.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for the stars.
Now, you can also symbolically adopt Jinx by clicking on the link in our bio.
The cutest Robert Cat around. Thank you for the follows. He is a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy. Are you a pretty boy? I'll put my feet out here. Okay. Okay, buddy. How long can a lynx live?
Well, lynx are different than bobcats. This is a bobcat. Bobcats can live up to the same in captivity, up to about 20 years. The oldest living bobcat I've ever had is 21. Her name was Sheba. This guy's going on 9 already, so he's got a good 10 years left in him. Lynx are about the same as far as captive and domestic, captive or wild. Now, in the wild, these guys will only live till about 2 or 5.
Were they born with short tails?
Yes, so bobcats, bobtail bobcats. Most cats actually in the wild have shorter tails that are in the littler species, including the lynx and the serval and
No worries.
all of that. But we love Jinxie. Now, Jinx was captive bred and born, so he could not be re-released into the wild. Again, you can't bring bad genetics into the wild. You don't know what his history or his line of breeding was, so you don't know if it's safe to release them without the proper genetic testing.
Thank you.
On top of that, he would just walk right up to people and go, "Where's my scratches, and can I rub on your shoes, please?"
Do you need a license to have a bobcat?
Depends on where you live. Do we recommend that you have one? Absolutely not. Do you want your house to smell like piss? Then go ahead and get one. If you want your bobcat to pop your water bed and do that, they love water. They actually will go potty in water, but they don't really go potty in a litter box. They will go potty in that water. They like to mark everything.
He was captive bred and born.
So he actually came to us from a gentleman who actually took really, really good care of him. He was,
Yeah. They are carnivores. So meat. Lots of meat.
and that even goes for your domesticated house cat. So don't try to give your house cat some veggies.
What's that door? That one? That's the second part of his enclosure. So we have a secondary enclosure inside of enclosure that we can close him in there or over here, so we can do some cleaning or renovating, changing up some very soft fur.
The other big part of that is too, is if we have volunteers come out here, we can put Jinx in one side so that he's not in with volunteers.
How many cats do you have?
We have this bobcat and 3 cougars.
Are you ever worried that he'll hurt you?
I always have a caution
A
when
respect.
working with animals. But I have that even with my domesticated house cats too. If I'm playing with them, and I always take it with caution.
The most he's ever hurt me is he just put his claws into my leg, but not trying to be mean. He's just playing.
Well, or he's trying to pull your leg closer to him so he can rub on it.
And nothing that even leaves a mark. Well, more than a day anyway.
Now that's not saying that he can't. I mean, he can bite. He can use his claws.
Ooh, thank you for the 150 stars.
Thank you. So grateful to you guys for doing that.
I don't think I've ever seen as many stars. We got 400 stars on this.
Thank you, guys. So should we go see another animal? Or I think we're just going to stay on this path right now so we
Teeth
can bring
and dagger
awareness.
nails.
Meow, 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 meow.
Hey, buddy. How many? Oh, we already said that.
Ready? It's going to get it.
He's really liking the pets today. Does he meow?
He does, very loudly.
The wolves are on the other side. We don't put them right next to each other.
And if you guys missed any of our live, you are welcome to go rewatch it on Facebook, or you are welcome to watch our other videos which have the animals out at our compound.
Yeah, wild bobcats won't be like this.
No, nothing.
They want nothing to do with you, most likely, and they are trying to get away. Does he get lonely by himself?
Believe it or not, cats are actually fairly solitary animals, so no. I mean, he did good with Pumpkin. He was with a bobcat that was 16 years old that came to us from a rescue.
He can't be released. He was captively bred and born.
He came to us through a rescue. Now, please know, we think that if an animal can be out in the wild, it should, but there are a lot of times there are circumstances where animals cannot be released into the wild. One of those being that all captive bred born animals can, that are not done through an accredited program cannot legally be re-released into the wild. That's why there's a big saying, don't let it loose. Why is Florida having the problems they're having? Because people have let go Burmese pythons and they can survive there. They've let go iguanas and they've become an invasive
How much do
species.
bobcats typically weigh?
Anywhere from about 20 to 30 pounds.
Would you say owning a savanna is like owning a wild cat?
Yeah, it's bred with a serval, and servals are way more aggressive in my experience than bobcats. I mean, bobcats are definitely bipolar and very temperamental. They are very quick to tell you, like, oh, I don't want to be pet, or I don't want to play. Do I recommend that you have one? No.
Is he as independent as a house cat?
More so.
Um,
Meow. Should we go see another animal? Should we go see another one?
I asked because he looks partly domesticated and love you folks.
So domestication is something that takes hundreds and thousands of years. You know, lots of different breeding. You breed domestication into an animal. He is tame. So domestication and tame are often very confused. He is just tame. He is not domesticated.
Yep, Bobcat. Robert Cat.
We call him our Robert Cat.
His little tail. Yep, it's flipping around.
No, that was not cropped. Hi. How are you?
He does like me. I think he likes about any attention he gets.
What do you smell? Do you smell my
Do you remember Boz? I don't remember Boz. I don't know who Boz is. Does he turn white in the wintertime?
No. What do I smell like?
Salvador.
No. He actually no, that look, I don't like it. He actually turns more of a gray and then more of a tan, and so this gray that's coming in, that's all of his winter.
Hey, bud.
That's coming in.
Aw,
where
love
the
you
tans
too.
and the browns are his summer
What?
and spring coat, because
Come on.
they do change color for camouflage purposes. And bobcats also, depending on where they're located, may be a little bit more darker tan, or a little bit lighter, or a little bit darker. Just, it's all based off camouflage and terrain. So
Do you remember bazookas? No.
bazookas?
I don't know if that's like a weapon. You talking about a weapon?
Well, my kids would say yes, they play Fortnite quite frequently.
I've rescued raccoon, fed it from 2 weeks old.
Oh, God.
Would not let him loose. He solely depends on us. Absolutely.
Yeah, don't, if it's not legal where you live, don't, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah. And if he came up to, they're not saying they will. They're saying they never would.
No, I know, but you can't even do that.
Yeah.
That's not legal.
And if someone ever did, he'd go up to someone else. He'd think they were the same. Give them food, give them play, and he'd probably be euthanized.
See, that's kind of the problem, is, you know, the good Samaritans, with, you know.
Oh, the Bazooka Joe, the gum. Yes, I do remember that.
Anyway.
It's kind of off.
Anyway, we highly encourage you not to do that. If you guys find an animal that's been hurt in the wild, we need you to take that to a rehabilitation clinic so that they can do the re-release programs. So we can get them put back out in nature where they really belong. So we don't want, the problem that happens with that is that it is illegal to take an animal in most states out that is native to the area and rescue it like that. It's highly illegal. So don't do it.
What's that?
Where did I put my coffee?
Probably up by your truck.
So it's getting warm.
Do we own the grounds?
Yes, we do. I bought the property as a business in March of 2020, but we've been here since 2000. So, hi, Carter.
We don't really have any fear of wildfires here on the island. If they want to know what our backup plan is if a wildfire happened.
Oh, well, actually, I do have a contingency plan that's actually required by the USDA in case of an emergency, like an earthquake, a wildfire, anything like that. I don't think a wildfire has happened in Anacortes for tens and 20s and 30s of years. They've had little grass fires out on Capsana because people throw their cigarette off the edge. Mm-hmm. But as far as like here, we're
it would be
too
responded
wet.
to very quickly.
Yeah, it's usually too wet. We did, and as big as our brush fires have gotten, I think was the highway when it was.
Yeah, they brought in the helicopters.
Oh yeah, they brought in. That's right. There was a fire. My husband responded to it actually, and it was actually across from my house, not too far from here. But they had that under control and put out with less than 12 hours. They had it contained within a few hours. So not much happens out here. We have a lot of greenery. We don't really have a lot of dry out here, even during our dry season. And we have pretty strict burn bans for that reason. I mean, the moment you see a dry blade of grass, you see the burn ban come on.
We're in the Northwest.
So these are our raccoons that could not be re-released into the
North
wild.
of Seattle.
This is Rocket, Percy,
Got lots of
Paula.
seafood today.
They got well fed today. Now they pulled out all of their shrimp. Now if you're ever considering getting a raccoon, I don't. This is the most dirty animal you could possibly ever have in your house. I couldn't even fathom having these in my house. Now they can be litter box trained. They go potty usually in one area. A lot of times what happens with exotic animals is people overfeed, so they actually turn out to be somewhat obese. That is very deadly and unhealthy to them. These guys we've had for almost about 5 years now, and we're ready to renovate their area.
The rocks would help in a fire, yep. Did you have such a good question. Did you have a plan in your head when you started, when this was started to be made, where everything was going to go?
So this is the area that I designed in my brain.
This was a small thing for chickens when I started here.
So my dad started the organization back in 1998. So I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. And I kind of watched how Dave did things and just realized I didn't want to do anything like that. So what happened was when we finally got with Airbnb and we were able to bring in a fairly healthy revenue for the business, we started renovating pretty immediately. And what happened was you have the Dave renovations and then you have the Ashley, Jeremy, Holly renovations. And pretty much what that meant is that with this renovation that I did, I had a $20,000 budget, which I actually came in under budget at like $17,500, before steel was completely skyrocketing. And I had everything mapped out. I had all my supplies and everything done. So this section I did have very well thought out based on the animals in which we had in that time. Kind of what inspired the whole
Thank you for the pause. This is Ashley.
Yeah, pea gravel sections were because foxes love to dig, and we did have a fox. His name was Pepper. He passed away at 16 years old. We had to get him put down. But he loved to dig, and so we wanted to give him something that was self-filling, and we're like, why not for drainage just do that throughout the entirety? And it's actually worked very, very well. Now if I were to do it again, I will be pouring walls and not using pavers, so that it's a lot more set. So we used pavers, but pavers tend to and let me tell you what, setting these pavers was no easy task.
That was fun.
It was a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting. There is chain link under this entirety of the section, but how Dave had this was just full of pheasants, chickens, peacocks.
And it was a circular thing. And it wasn't nearly as big as what we have.
And my biggest part of my budget that came out was I actually had a professionally black fence put in all the way from the road down here and around and then up here. And so I had that in my budget to do at that time. And so yeah, I thought it out. Now I can see how I want it in my head now, and I literally want to tear all of it out and start over, because there's so many different things that I want to do different. So many things done differently. And I actually want to do panels, panel living first versus whole set from here on out, just because it makes it so convenient to make things bigger, smaller, reconfigured, and all that kind of stuff. Like this stuff here is set. I mean, we built it. So if we actually had just panels and did things a little bit differently, we would be able to, oh shoot, we have this coming in. We can set this temporary area right here by doing this, and then build it a new enclosure while while it has a place to stay, and then do that kind of stuff. Because when you get a rescue, it's like that. It's not, oh, you'll have that by next week. It's, we need to take this, the warrant's here, come get it, and then figure it out. So that's pretty much what happened.
Sorry, I'm missing all these questions. Co-workers, yes, just co-workers.
Are we still up in the highs? For the fun?
550.
Wow. Okay, let's go see some sloths. Since we're high in numbers.
There's my little girl.
Let's just keep going.
Just keep going. Just keep
Here's
going.
grab my coffee. You can go whenever you need to. Go. How long you guys like? Yeah, keep going.
Dogs do great with the animals.
Alright, so the only animal that we purchased out here was for a reason. It's Husqvarna and Toro. We have a lot of blackberries out here, and we wanted to take care of those naturally by getting a couple goats, and they don't do their job. So
A couple what?
goats.
Goats.
Hi, my goats.
Our lazy
Hi,
goats.
my goats. Hi, Husqvarna. This is Husqvarna, and this is Toro. They come out and take care of the landscape for us, but only if they're being watched, because they like us to watch them eat or else they won't sit and eat. They're the weirdest animal. They're the weirdest
Goats.
dogs you'll ever meet.
I gotta bring her out.
I can.
Okay. So she's gonna bring one of the sloths out because it's sunny out. It's a beautiful day today. I should have ridden the motorcycle. A wild Chloe. Yep. Chloe, are you wild? Go find the stick. Where's the stick? Go get it. Right there. Hey. There's a bone. Get the bone. Chloe. Chloe. Right here. Let me see it. Okay. Down. Roll over.
Jeremy.
That's not roll over.
Jeremy. This is Adagio.
Hey, bud.
He's trying to reach for the pole and he's not going to make it.
I believe I can fly.
This is Adagio. He is a two-toed sloth. Now, their back feet always have 3. Their front feet are how you tell whether it's a 2 or 3-toed sloth.
What do we do in the wintertime? We do everything we do now. So everything we have
That's South American.
that needs the warmth has their own temperature controlled, humidity controlled
Area.
environment.
Yeah, so wolves and stuff, they don't need that. But sloths do. They need it to be 80 to 85 degrees. They need a 75 to a 80, 90% humidity.
98 this morning.
Yeah, humidity is really, really good for them. These guys are found in rainforest, so they like that nice, humid, hard to breathe air.
They can hang until they take their last breath.
And 2 weeks thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
So there was, we've worked with sloths that have grips that are so incredibly strong that they just would indent into your hand.
Like
now
a vice grip is crazy, so strong.
Yeah, and their claws aren't strong enough to really poke through you, but they definitely can grab onto you. Now Adagio absolutely loves to come outside when it's sunny out and soak up the sun. Now their number one predator in the wild is that harpy eagle. If I ever had the opportunity to hang out with a harpy eagle for a day,
That'd be pretty
that'd
cool.
be pretty cool.
Are there any animals that need more adopters? I was looking at Rion to donate monthly to.
So you know what? We just started doing the symbolic adoptions 3 days ago. And so we're just now building up that platform. So whoever you donate to is greatly, greatly appreciated. They all need love. They all need support. So you pick who's ever near and dear to your heart and who you want the information about, and we will get you that information sent out. That's actually what I'm working on tomorrow, except for I just had a meeting, got set for 9:30 and 10 tomorrow, but I will get everything done.
No, sloth's fur is not rubbery. It's coarse. I wouldn't say it's soft. It's kind of smooth, but kind of coarse.
It's almost like a Jack Russell Terrier.
How can you tell if a sloth is agitated?
They
Yeah,
actually
kind of
pace.
similar to a horse, but not quite as coarse.
They actually will pace, so they'll kind of start doing this back and forth thing. They'll be a little bit more active. They
do have vocalizations.
They do. And if they are trying to defend themselves, they actually will hang from those back feet and they'll start swinging their arms at you. These guys aren't as slow as you think they are. A lot of people get them confused with the three-toed sloths. Those are your slower sloths that you see like in Costa Rica that people are picking up and moving across the road. Those are a lot slower than these two-toed sloths. If Adagio wants to pick up and move, he has no problem doing that. Remarkable creature.
Anything can trigger them. A sound, a smell. How did we end up with sloths?
So these and the anteater and an armadillo and some caiman lizards and things like that came to us through a confiscation. Someone did own them illegally here in the state of Washington, or was exhibiting them illegally, and they ended up coming to our compound. So
He's not slow at all. Yeah, that's not even super fast for him.
Yeah, it's
he can go
medium.
very fast.
yeah, so and believe it or not, he can go actually 3 times faster in the water than he can on land. They're actually excellent swimmers.
Boop.
And they can hold their breath up to 40 minutes. They have the way they're built allows them to be almost like a cork if they go into the rivers, and they just bob up and down the river. And
Are we close to Lakewood? Yeah, somewhat.
Lakewood, Washington is where we actually got the confiscation of alligator, but we're hours away from Lakewood. So hi. So he's pretty cool. They have really, really small pupils, which allows them to see better at night than in the daytime. If that sunshine shines on his
You see
eyeballs,
those beautiful
he
eyes?
is blind.
They're pretty much blind as a bat in the sun. They are nocturnal. 40 minutes underwater, yeah, it's incredible. They have very slow metabolism.
And believe it or not, these guys actually will forage almost all day. So they actually will be awake like a normal animal. They'll be up for a long period of time. But in captivity, it is hardwired into them that when they have full stomachs to just kind of slow down and maintain that energy. And so that's what they'll do. They'll eat and then they'll just go back to sleep. So they'll sleep up to 20 hours in captivity.
Thank you. It's my first ever TikTok gifting.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
A lot of good questions. Do you have a particular rescue that you're closer with? And if so, why do you feel closeness with them? More closeness?
As far as animal, actually, I'd say one of the closest rescues I ever felt was Gertrude. Unfortunately, Gertrude did pass away. Gertrude was a blue and gold macaw that was not supposed to be coming from a neglect situation. It just turned out to be a very neglectful situation. We got a phone call from a nursing home that said a lady was going to be we got a call from a nursing home that a lady said that she was going to be coming into it and that they needed a home for her blue and gold macaw and her cockatiels. And so we ended up going and picking them up. Well, the blue and gold macaw ended up being in a massively and smoked, like it just was so full of smoke. I mean, like it was almost foggy in there. And there was no windows open. Every single window had a blanket on it, so it was completely dark.
It was a bad situation.
It was a bad situation. And when birds are overexposed to nicotine, they actually will get it on their feathers, and they'll actually start plucking their feathers to get that nicotine high if they are, because they get addicted to the nicotine. And so we got Gertie, and we got her into the acrylic cage. We took her outside, and it's like the first time she had probably seen sunlight in about 15 years. She had never ever come out of her cage for 15 years. And so we went and
Why couldn't we have done it sooner? Or it always goes through your head.
Is that what somebody asked? Or is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that.
Oh. And so what happened is we took her outside. She saw sunlight. We got her here. We gave her several series of showers because we had to get that nicotine off of her. We started her on our apple cider vinegar detox, and then we got her to life. But Gertrude just got this really sweet thank you. That was just a super weird bond that she created with everybody. She learned how to finally step up. She learned how to enjoy eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and it just kind of created a bond. But it was more of a thank you for rescuing me, thank you for saving me. You're concerned about Milo drool, but you'll get that all over your pants.
No, he can't come down. So we made this so they can't grab onto it and go down. It's too unsteady. If there was a way to do it, yes, they would probably climb down and try and find a tree.
They do try to climb down.
How long did you have Gertrude before she passed?
We got the pleasure of taking care of her for 3 years. Her estimated age was actually over 30. Someone had her 15 years or more prior to giving her to this lady who had her for 15 years.
Sent you 20. It's not much, but I hope it helps.
It helps tremendously. Thank you so much for your donations. We really appreciate it. We are trying to stay afloat right now, to stay in business, to do what we do, and that again is rescue education. We hope that we can build the platform to be able to have enough people who believe in what we're doing to help these animals, and we get enough symbolic adoptions in that we can continue doing it. We had a big wrench thrown into our operation that took away our main source of income, and we are pivoting and we are trying to survive. So we do need your help. Every little bit helps, whether it's $1, $5, $10 a month. You can join our Patreon. You can symbolically adopt an animal if you don't want another media platform. But if you join our Patreon, you'll get exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff. You'll hear when our latest rescues are coming in, which we can go look at our most recent rescue here that we just got in. Hey.
Do any of the animals know their names?
Almost all of them do. Even Adagio. You can call Adagio and he's like, oh, do you have a grape for me this morning? You can grab onto my shoulder.
Sun's shiny today. Can we take a look at their claws?
Back up. Don't do that. You're gonna get bit. Now he has razor sharp teeth and they're like knives.
Scared me.
Well, because she nips at animals.
She doesn't nip at them.
Yes, she does.
No. They are long.
She tries to herd them even though they're not herdable.
Sit. Sit. Up. Sit. Shake. Good girl. Yeah, sloth teeth are something
Like
special.
knives. Now this is Ren. Ren is known as an armadillo. This is a burrowing armadillo. So they don't curl up in a ball. They actually will. They don't curl up in a ball. They actually will dig down to stay safe. Now this is Ren's favorite box. We've actually tried to replace her box about 6 times, and she's just like,
No,
I
I
want
want my old
my
box.
original box. And so this is her thing.
And Australian cattle dog.
So this girl right here, though, this is actually what made us go viral on TikTok, was her sleeping video that we posted. She is a very sweet girl, and we are planning on renovating this entire sloth trailer because, again, not our design. It was the previous president's design. And so I have the plans of what I want to do in here. We just got to get it done. And Adagio is like, huh, I want to go down the hallway.
This is a stainless steel enclosure, so yeah, you're gonna lose a little bit of reception.
Yeah, we get laggy in the enclosure. So let's go here. We'll show you our most recent rescue that we got. But it does stay really warm in there.
Sorry I'm late, trying to sell bandana to send money to y'all.
Thank you.
But no one's buying.
All right, so we'll go this way.
Well, hopefully you find some buyers.
All right. So, what I would say, like, the most animal that you have a pretty awkward bond with is the canine species or the cats.
Do armadillos and sloths mind being in the same place?
No, they do not. They're actually very closely related.
They're closely related. They live in the same area, except for one's usually a boreal and one's usually not. I'd be worried if I saw an armadillo in a tree.
No, stay out.
He's taking his ancestry back.
All right.
That armadillo's taking his sloth ancestry to heart. I gotta fill that today.
So this, we had snakes the other day when we went live. That we brought out. This is our most recent rescue. This is Casper.
Half raccoon armadillo.
Here's Casper.
We have over 100 animals here.
This is Casper and Mon came to us. They needed a place to go. And so we said that we would take them.
And you take one and then you just gotta call for 4 more.
Yeah.
There's always ferrets on the getting rehomed, unfortunately. We do have possums.
I do. Come here. Come on. Come on.
They are snuggly. I love ferrets. I rescued them for a good many years. Ooh, we got 500 roses coming in from S. Murphy.
I love these guys. The lady who had them actually took very good care of them. She just couldn't keep them anymore. So they needed a place to go. And then we can educate you about them if you're ever choosing to get one. These are actually very legal in most states. They actually make great pets if you do want something that's considered exotic. You can get a ferret. Now, these guys here have been domesticated since the ancient times. They're often confused with the black-footed ferrets, which are like what is not domesticated.
Ferrets do have a musk.
They do have a certain smell to them, that's for sure. But you guys, if you have the right diet, you're not overbathing them. There's a lot of stuff people don't realize. People think that you get a ferret and you're going to be feeding it fruits and veggies and things like that. These guys are actually carnivores, and so they take a very special kind of food, and they do need to have meat. So you need to give them some cube steak and some chicken wings and little mice they'll even eat. And
I'm
all
sorry
that.
you had to put your cat down yesterday.
I'm sorry. We've unfortunately all been there. It's never easy.
No, we don't have any chinchillas.
I had 9.
Raw fed ferrets. Yep, that's absolutely the way to go if you can get them there. These guys are so used to kibble. We're on that road. Yeah. Most people make the mistake. They go, oh, the ferret stinks. I need to wash them. So the more they wash them, the more those oils come out and the worse it gets. We have alligators.
They're just down there.
Then you rescued 8. That's kind of the way it goes. I rescued 1, and then I rescued, I think, 4 more after that. I did that for a good many years. It's a sad thing rescuing ferrets because often it doesn't end very well. But
This is what we get a lot of phone calls for. Also, snakes. So this is a ball python. It's actually a great starter snake for your guys' kids. People don't think that reptiles make a good pet, but they're very easy to take care of. I think that's like the best thing.
Crazy ferret chick is rescued for 10 years.
Thank you for your work.
They need it.
They need it. Thank you for what you do. It definitely is, people who specialize in certain particular kinds of animals. It takes a special person to do that, especially kinkies. We have kinkajous, and I don't know how she has 25 kinkajous. That's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of mistake. But she's really good at what she does. So
does an albino snake make a good pet?
Well, albino python. Depends on if it's legal to own where you guys live. I think pythons in general make a good pet. I don't think that you need to have a 12-foot snake really ever for any reason. But
albinoism doesn't change their disposition, so it would make, if you had an albino ball python and one of these, they would most likely be exactly the same disposition.
Yeah, so this is a ball python, albino python. It's just pretty much the coloring and the size. Albinos can get a little bit bigger.
Is there an animal you are afraid of? Anything under the ocean?
I don't like aquatic. That I would say I take everything with caution. I'm not a fan of working with like kinkajous and stuff like that because I've seen the wrath of a kinkajou. It's kind of terrifying. I'm not a fan of working with venomous. Like, I don't really want to risk that. I mean, I've worked with king cobras and I've worked with rattles and I've done all of that. Do I enjoy doing it? Not really. I enjoy doing like the canine species. I enjoy like this kind of stuff because constrictors are just so misunderstood. With venomous snakes and things like that, how they get their prey is, of course they bite it, they let the poison kick in, and then they eat it. Where these guys, they bite and they wrap around you, but they tend to not be so food or striky. But our king cobra got so docile that he like wouldn't even fan up anymore because he was just handled so much.
Yeah, Burmese pythons are like little puppy dog or big puppy dogs, but they're not as easygoing as those. We do have Burms here.
We have 2 Burms, and I'm
What
not a
is
fan.
a kinkajou? Kinkajou is a South American. They're related to a raccoon. No, we don't have any corn snakes right now.
We had like 30, so it's good to be down to a good amount of snakes, and we had up to 200 snakes at one point, and or reptiles, and it's nice to be back down. I'll go grab a lizard real quick.
How do you feel about Aussie animals?
It's a whole different world, which is I think really, really cool. I'll go grab an Aussie animal right now.
All right. There was a garage doing inspection and they found a ball python in the motor. Wow. They do like warm areas. Glad they found it. Probably would have died. Biggest snake we have is Satan, a reticulated python. Did you see he shed?
Yeah. So this is an animal that's from Australia.
Yes,
This
king
is a-
cobras are intelligent.
Blue-tongued skink. This is Banana. He came to us from a lady who couldn't keep him anymore. He's trying to turn around. You okay there? Where are you going? You want down? You want down?
Sorry.
Is that better? You want down? I know you have no depth perception, really.
So,
This looks a little low. So this is a blue-tongued skink. These guys are found in Australia. I think Aussie animals are very unique, very different than what's up here. And people from Australia will tell you that exact same thing when they come here and go, oh, wolves. We don't have those there. But it's just a different environment. Just like if you were to go to South America, you're going to have a lot different animals than you have.
but they do have spiders the size of our wolves.
Yeah, oh my gosh, no thank you. I'll tell you why wouldn't go to Australia. It has nothing to do with the spiders that can kill you. It has to do with the cockatoos that free fly around everywhere. Birds are not my favorite animal to work with either because they bite.
How would you say they feel?
They're very smooth and soft. They're amazing animals. They're beautiful. Very, very pretty.
Yeah, I heard the cockatoos will land on your car and like rip the windshield wiper rubber off, and
Hi, handsome. Where you going?
magpies are worse.
Where you going? Hi. What do you smell? You smell ferret? You want to eat that? So lizards, though, I think are one of my favorite reptile. I love alligators. I love like these kind of lizards. I love. I just think they're so unique. I mean,
Water monitor.
water monitor is beautiful that we have
Big.
here. He's a big boy. We have an alligator in our reptile room too, but I am not getting splashed with water today to get him for you.
At least the cockatoos don't swoop and send you to the hospital.
Are you sure? I don't trust it because I've been bit by a cockatoo and it hurts.
We're not going to bring Satan out, no.
No, he's too big. So anyway, if you guys want to adopt these, we can symbolically adopt our entire snake pit, or you can adopt Banana directly. You can also symbolically adopt any of the animals out here. We have Drogon, who is a savanna monitor. We have our iguanas. So you can just do a symbolic adoption, and all of that money that comes in actually helps us be able to care for these animals. As you can imagine, feeding over 100 different species of 52 different species of animals, 100 animals out here, can get very, very costly. And the only reason that we've made it for these last 18, 19 months being closed to our main source of income is because of you guys. So we really do need you. We need 3,000 people and to donate, whether it be through Patreon or through symbolic adoptions, for us to continue operating and continue to rescue.
We do have more lizards.
If we don't get that in the next few months, then we'll have to start considering our options from there. So, hi. You're so cute. You're so pretty.
Would we ever work with a koala? I would love to
I'd
work
love
with
to work
them.
with a koala.
Unfortunately, we know that getting their food source here wouldn't be doable. So no, it wouldn't be something we would want to take on.
Koala needs to go to a place that can provide very, very well for it. And that's kind of our motto here is if we can't provide the best care for them, we don't want to take them in just to say that we have one. We know a lot of people who are like that, and we don't feel that that is a good attitude to have. But I've always wanted one. But I want one. But I've always wanted one. It doesn't matter if you've always wanted
Do
one.
have 2 iguanas.
Blech.
Wish I could donate, but all my money goes to the ferrets. Absolutely. Do
Hey,
what you do.
You are a rescue. You have our support. And I hope one day that I can get to the place where I once was when we were doing Airbnb tours, we were working on starting grant programs for rescues like yours so that we could contribute and say thank you financially and help you. Like, hey, you got 10 more ferrets coming in. We'd love to buy you 6 new Ferret Nation enclosures. That is our ultimate goal, is to get to that place to where we can also help other rescues, because we wouldn't be here without people like you. And to be able to have that opportunity again to give back to other rescues, like we said, the animals don't have to come here. Just as long as we can keep animals safe, whether it's at our facility or at a different
Thanks for
facility,
the confetti.
that's what matters to us.
And a couple mouse clicks is all it takes to help us.
Yep.
Just share it, like it, all that.
Hi.
How big is the retic? He's pretty big. We haven't
about
measured him in a
26,
while.
28 feet
We're
now.
guessing, yeah, he's over 20.
Yeah. Well, because our smaller retic is well over 16 to 18 feet almost now. It's a big snake. But anyway, you know, Satan came to us through a confiscation. It's a big snake. It's like really no reason to have a snake that big.
His head is the size of my hand.
Yeah, he's a big
Maybe the
snake.
size of your hand. Yeah, that looks better.
I'd say it's almost 2 of my hands combined. But you want to go back and eat your food, Banana? You keep looking in the bag. So we have caiman lizards, we have iguanas, we have rattlesnakes, we have reticulated pythons, we have savanna monitor, water monitor, we have albinos, we have carpet pythons named Berber.
Blood python.
Blood
Berber.
python. I love that name, Berber. We have, you know, we've had a lot here though. I mean, we've had green mambas, we've had
King cobras,
mangrove, we've had all of those. We just want to be a place for animals to come if they need a place to go. We don't want them just to have
We've had a tegu. We don't have one
I
currently.
miss my tegus. I love tegus. They're one of my favorite lizards.
How do they get so huge? Snakes perpetually grow. So it's directly proportional to how old they are and how much food they eat.
You want back in your enclosure?
You can slow down their growth by feeding them less often, but they will continuously grow.
Hi, buddy. Aw.
Kinkajou is in a complete down with the sloths. So we were just down there. So we're not near the Kinkajou at the moment.
No, you can look up Kinkajou. And you can look up Kinkatopia too. They're also an amazing rescue in Florida. Really, really love her and what she does. She has more than just Kinkajous too, but she specializes in Kinkajous, and it's
That
very
is a ferret in there. And that's a marmoset over here.
So this is Dolly and Darwin. Dolly. There she is. Hi, Dolly Dawson. So Dolly is a common marmoset. She's mean muggin'. Hi. You mean muggin'? Are you mean muggin'? Hi, babies. Now, marmosets are a really gross animal to have. They pee on everything. They rub their body parts on everything. They are a social animal, hence why we have 2. We got one that actually came to us through a confiscation down in Seattle, and then we had another one come to us from a zoo that was transferred up here to be able to give Dolly a friend. Now, believe it or not, if they don't connect, they're not going to breed. So these guys have actually been together for about 6 years now, 5.5, 6 years now. We don't have to worry about babies or anything like that. They haven't bred, they're not going to.
She was actually pestering.
Or anything like that. They haven't bred, they're not going to.
She was actually pestering him. I have video when we first got her in.
I'm not going to sell them. I don't care how much money they're worth. We don't put monetizing values on our animals. All of them are special. All of them are important. One does not outvalue the other.
Thank you for the follow.
That's why we're here. We're here to give them a safe home. Hi, honey. To give those scratches. Dolly got jealous. Hello, Dolly. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Even though you have little human teeth, don't bite me. You keep moving. She wants you to pet her in certain areas that are not appropriate, and so she constantly is moving so that you do that, but hi, honey. There we go. I know, sweetie. Don't bite me, Darwin. Darwin gets really jealous of Dolly being pet. Look at those cute little faces. She's a camera hog. She's like, look at that. Hi, Dolly. You're so cute, Dolly. Hi, Darwin. Hi. But marmosets can be really they're kind of loud, and they like to squeak, and they're very active, and they're very cute. People call these guys pocket monkeys.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
It's for some reason it's got terrible reception. All right, we'll see if that helps any guys.
They love to pee on you and mark everything, which is what he's doing right now. He's marking that blanket, and now so is she. So I don't really encourage people to have these. A a lot of times these kind of end up in sanctuaries and things like that because of the requirements for them. They do need to be in a warmer area. They do need to have some very special diet. They actually have to have what's called a marmoset gum. That marmoset gum actually includes all the nutrition and the saps and stuff that they get from trees and whatnot in the wild, and it is not cheap, to say the least. But believe it or not, a lot of people have these as pets, but you cannot have any primate in the state of Washington.
I have those blankets in my rabbit cage.
Yeah, they are rabbit blankets. That's one of our guests. All this stuff that came in is from our guests. We have an Amazon wish list where people can send in gifts for our animals, and then we go live. We personally thank you on our live. Just like all of this, all of these beds, all of these hammocks came from that. Came from people. This bed that Casper loves so much, our most recent rescue. Did you say you love it so much? You just love it. Yeah, you love it. Ryland's been begging me to come see you.
Donated to Willow.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful to that. But these guys here, they just got their brand new diets and stuff that we're getting going. They're going to be a little bit hard to get switched over to that meat diet. We've learned thus far they're not very fond of it, but don't get used to it, and you'll start to eat more and more and more. These guys don't really eat fruits and veggies and things like that because they're actually primarily, they like meat. They're carnivorous. They're just a carnivore.
The ferret rescue said that they tried chicks and they worked well.
I just ran out of chicks. I got to make my Rodent Pro order.
Speaking of Amazon, should have some catnip coming for the kitties.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so
Tracy.
Sweet. Hi.
I want to adopt Frank. Can we see him?
Okay, and then I really gotta go because I promised my kids I would not be out here all day. I've been working like
We were
68
with
hour
the
weeks
wolves.
and I'm tired. And I got a lot of computer work to do too. This is one of my wolves. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Just joking. Alright, here we go.
you just joined. Well, thank you.
Well, join, follow, and like. We
You
go live
really
every
want
day.
to see Willow? We might be able to peek over to see Willow quickly. Ow.
So they just symbolically adopt Frank. I might go pick up my kids and they can help me out here, load up meat and stuff.
Chloe. Chloe, come. Come on. No.
Let's go. Let's go see Frankie, Frank. So someone just symbolically adopt Frank, so we will go see Frankie. Maybe that's what we'll have to do on one of our lives. Every time somebody sponsors something and it comes through on our PayPal,
We go say hi
we
to
go
him.
say hi to him. We'll have to do that next week. I don't have time today. So it's already 11 o'clock and I gotta put all that meat away.
It's 11:13.
Huh?
It's 11:13.
My kids, I swear to God, my daughter, I'll be like, Rylan, it's 8 o'clock, it's time for bed. It's not 8 o'clock, it's
Did our squirrel get out?
7:56. Yeah, he got
Oh.
out. Oh, man.
Joking, guys. Yes, that was a squirrel. We have a lot of them here. No Frank in there.
Or maybe it was Frank. Oops. Just kidding.
He shrunk and became a lot more nimble.
Hi, Frank. I know you have bad vision. I'm just going to grab your tail, okay?
It's Frank's vlog.
There's Frankie, Frank.
Hi, Frank.
So Frank
Look at that smile.
got smushed by an excavator. It caused some skull damage, so he was unable to be re-released into the wild. Now these guys are actually not native here. Possums are really, really cool animals. They only live 1 to 2 years in the wild, 3 to 4 in captivity.
Boop.
Don't make him bite me.
It's not gonna bite you.
Don't make him bite me. He doesn't like to be held sometimes. I gotcha, baby. Now they have the opposable thumbs on their back feet. They have the prehensile tail. They're the only marsupial in the United States, which means they have a pouch. That's where they carry their babies. Now a lot of people feel that
So different to our possums. Absolutely. Your possums actually look quite a bit similar to a kinkajou.
Yeah, and their tails are a lot thicker. Aren't they fuzzy too?
Yeah, they're fuzzy.
Now, Frank is a really cool guy. He is already a year old. Can you believe that? So he only has a couple years left to live. Now, the cool thing about them is there's no scientific reason why they shouldn't live till about 15 years old, but they just don't. It's really cool to read the studies on them. They can be bit by a rattlesnake and be perfectly fine because they have a special protein in their blood that allows them to process that venom. They also have a very low blood temperature for a mammal, which allows them to be able to not get disease.
How do you get them to leave your yard safely?
Well, as long as there's not a food source there, most likely they will just leave on their own.
Yeah, if you're feeding your cats outdoors or your neighbors are.
He's going to run right into his log from the other side. Ready? Here he goes. Hi, Frank. You're okay.
Do they hibernate?
Possums? No, I don't think they're hibernators at all. No. Everything tends to
Slow down.
tucker down. They can actually go into like a temporary hibernation, I believe, just like the raccoons and stuff can, where they can go a few days when it's too cold.
That's fantastic. Nikki says, possums used to freak me out until I learned so much about them from you.
They're one of my favorite animals in all the world. And that's because they're so underestimated. People come up, they're like, possums are ugly and, possums stew and they need to get hit by cars. And the reality is okay, there you go. Try that. No, so they were created that way. And, if I had to guess of like why they were created that way, is that I think that if they could clearly see things, that their mechanism to play dead probably wouldn't happen quite as it does naturally. So they don't just play dead. What happens is they get so scared, the blood rushes to their head and they pass out. So it's not something that they have any control over. It's like a fainting goat almost, where it just happens. We'll see Willow and then we gotta go. You guys ask, so I'll do it and then we'll get going. There's our squirrel. He's gonna just go from cage to cage.
Checking and make sure he can't eat something.
See if there's any more peanuts left or not left and all that kind of stuff. We text our own card. So if you've adopted Willow, this is the girl you've adopted. That's Luther.
Hi, Willow.
What did you roll in? What did you roll in?
We're gonna roll in this in a minute.
Hi, Luther.
Wolves love coffee. Here comes Calvin. So she'll tear that up and then I'll go in there and clean it up. You want that? So you can feel accomplished? That's paper. You can have that. Can't have the lid though. Here, Calvin.
So
you want
much
that?
prettier than her picture.
You can't have that, but you can lick it. No, you can't have it.
Hi, Betty.
So that's Willow.
And
that's
she's
Luther.
She made the mess and now she's done.
Well, now Luther might roll in it. Or he might tear it into smaller pieces. Here comes Calvin. You want to lick that too? You can't have it, but you can lick it. No, you can't have it. This is plastic.
Thank you guys for following. We just had three follows in a row.
Thank you guys.
There
goes Calvin. He's gonna roll in it.
There was no coffee in there. It was just like residue. So the caffeine that they're getting is
there's nothing.
Like nothing.
They're licking that. But what they do is they roll in it. So they'll lick on it. Now watch Nitro. He's gonna roll. He's gonna rip it up. He smells the coffee. He smells the oils from the coffee, and then they roll in it just like that. See? There we go.
I clicked the adopt today, but only did the one-time payment. I'll do another next month.
Thank you. So how that works though is when you click on that, there is literally a checkbox that you have to click for it to come up on my spreadsheet that it's reoccurring. So if you could you might be able to go into your PayPal account and make that to a reoccurring, so it pops up on my spreadsheet so that I can send you all the stuff I need to send you.
So Nitro is the darker one.
That's 99 right here.
I know it can get confusing, all the nicknames we have for everyone.
You're ferocious. You want that? You tell them. Is that yours? You're ferocious. Look at her tail. Rawr! As I wag my tail. No, I'm gonna get you. Rawr!
You have a ferret named Nitro?
So anyway, thank you guys for following us today. Again, I've gone live much longer.
We had a good following
than I was
today,
going
so
to. We had a good,
wanted
yep.
to...
Want this?
Mine.
You tell him, Willow.
She's like, ooh, I'm just gonna, there's Milo Slobber, there's
Chloe.
There's Chloe Slobber, there's Koba Slobber.
Hey, we just got the dancing hot dog with the microphone and backwards hat.
They keep adding more.
Is it from Rachel?
That's the same one as we had.
Oh, is it? You didn't say backwards hat last time.
Oh, well, there's more.
For the weenies.
It was from Rachel. She said I had to send one for the road.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you for the weenies.
That's what she's going to sign on those calendar pre-orders for you.
I heard I'm signing calendars now.
Mm-hmm.
That was Jeremy's idea.
And everyone likes that idea.
So,
Pre-order calendars. That actually wasn't my idea. That was your idea.
know.
you said books.
I
and
did.
couldn't
I
do
said the
books.
books.
I was at the bank for so long that I got tired of signing my signatures, so I convinced my supervisor to buy me a signature stamp.
Anything for convenience.
Well, I told my mom that I'm tired of her driving out to my house to get my signature on everything, that I was going to do that.
It's awesome.
She comes out to my house like, I swear 3 or 4 times a week, and she's like, here, I need you to sign this. And it's like, and she makes me sign it with the stupid ink pens. I absolutely freaking
And
hate
she
them.
has like the most perfect handwriting.
She does.
It's stupid how perfect her handwriting is. I mean, it's beautiful.
Thank
Like,
you.
it's like-
Oh,
it's like what you
my
see.
goodness.
What's that?
We just got 16 sweet melons.
Is that from Rachel also?
Gotta keep it even.
Keep it even, melons. I was watching one of those things last night. I was watching one of those last night to see
man.
what they would do.
Uh-huh.
And oh my god, it's so funny what people have created with that.
Really?
Oh my gosh, where they're just like, boil, boil, boil. Oh, meow. Oh, diny. Thank you. I mean, it's like,
Ours
it's
is
so
better.
weird to watch it, but it's constant. I mean, it's like, roses. Ooh, roses. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, good on you. You're probably
brings in the
making
money.
$700 a day just going, ooh,
I need to
tiny.
reopen my TikTok account and just do that.
You know what?
OMG,
bad
Holly.
idea. Not a bad idea.
The silliness starts when Holly shows up.
What a day. What a day.
He resituated so his face is in the sun.
Aren't they cool? Alligators are so cool.
LOL, it's Holly the AI.
I am today. No, I was on Thursday? Friday. One day.
Oh my gosh, I watched that. I watched like bits and pieces of that like so many times over and over.
Thank you, Brianna.
I watched your cheer and
Maybe
all of
it's
that.
just not wearing real pants out here that gets me in a good mood.
I saw that, Brianna.
That
Thank
might be
you.
it.
So I was wearing yoga pants that day. Today I'm wearing joggers.
You're just feeling like just nice and relaxed.
Yep.
It could also be that Red Bull I gave you
It
too.
could be that Red Bull.
Yeah. That's Sully. He's a good looking gator, man. Isn't he cool?
Was he hungry?
Hey, guess what?
What?
We hit our monetizing.
Did we really?
We did.
Oh my goodness,
Thank you,
guys are
everyone.
I gotta
amazing.
apply for it. So now we qualify for ads and all that stuff on our videos. So that all those clicks and all that's gonna start coming in and building up for the business.
So cool.
So for those who are just joining us, we're a wildlife sanctuary. We work in education conservation. Our main source of income got pulled away from us from the county 19 months ago. They wanted us to get special use permits, but then they're not approving our special use permits that they required us to get. And so now we are having to figure out different ways to survive, which is through a donation base of symbolic adoptions. So if you can go in, adopt an animal from $1, $2, $5, $10, $500 a month.
$10,000?
Or if you're just a one-time contributor that wants to donate to the overall cost of the organization, which is about $600,000 a year to feed, water, and take care of the 100 exotic animals we have out here. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that has been established for over 24 years. And we are hoping that we can get back up and running so that we can continue to take in rescues. How's the tree? You mean Addie's tree?
Addie's tree's doing good.
It's doing beautifully, actually.
Big lizard. Something about what is the special use permit?
The special use permit allowed us to do our main source of income, which was 2 tours a day of 10 people, no more, to allow them. And we are appealing the decision, but again, that just takes time, and we don't have an income. We don't have any baby alligators, but we do have a smaller alligator that is about 3 foot long, but that's the smallest gator we got. And we just picked him up a year and a half ago. Milo's 2, so 2 years ago.
But he's 8, 9.
He is 9 years old, yeah.
Anacortes, Washington.
So we're very, very grateful to all of you. Thank you for following us. Please make sure you like our page, follow our page, be a part of what we do. The link is in our bio of all the ways that you can help our organization and allow us to continue rescuing. You just following us is a huge help. And brings great awareness to our organization. And all your likes and all that kind of stuff. We're almost up to 100,000 likes today, you guys. Thank you so much for all those hearts you're sending in and all those gifts.
Great job, mods. Yeah, thank you.
Have you guys ever thought about doing TT charity battles? TikTok charity battles. I don't know. I didn't know there was such thing as a TikTok charity battle. There's no charity programs through TikTok at all, actually. Yeah, thank you guys for helping. Oh, thank you, Mama Wolf, for sending in the roses.
Howling roses.
Howling roses. God, Sully's so cool. He's so prehistoric. Great is what I think a person's talking about. Yeah, going live with other people, it is what it is. I have to be really careful with battling other creators because I have to be able to do something that is actually appropriate for our organization. And unless I go through and actually heavily vet them, I have to be very, very careful. 100K? You're going to send in 100K?
100K likes.
Oh, thanks. Bummer. You're Crystal's boyfriend. Crystal. A pit bull is a large alligator head. Yeah. I wish too. So if you guys win the lotto tonight, please keep us in mind. If you need a good tax write-off, we'd love to help you with that. I'm not going to boop his nose for you. Sully's mean.
Oh, he's not.
Well, he's not. He's feisty.
Those little fangs hanging out.
We do too.
Vampire fangs.
Well, okay, my daughter just texted me. I'm going to go pick them up and have them help me out here. So I will thank you guys for joining us. We were on much longer than we thought we were going to be. Make sure you follow us, like us, and be a part of what we do so we can continue doing what we do. Love you all. Have a great day.